Sweet.
Yeah, after a lot of difficulty and
Yeah.
a lot of trying to log into the Cone YouTube, we're finally live. Again, sorry for it being on my channel. Uh, we kept
No
trying, but
worries.
I'm here with Ben.
Hello. Yeah, no, after a lot of effort and a lot of anger, to be honest, with this horrific system that's set up on my PS4, I thought I'd be able to log into the Cone YouTube as I have before, but it did not let me. But we're here in quali, and short quali, of course, this year rather than the full quali we used to see in this tier. As of course, with the new tire rule in Q2, it's completely irrelevant. But yeah, looking forward to a good season. Of course, pre-season starting off in tier two. What do you think about the grid, Liam?
It looks like a very fast grid this season. You have people like Fall Fury moving up from tier 4, I believe. CPI de Rougier, also a very fast driver. IRT Stebon, CRL Real DC. Yeah, a very stacked grid, in my opinion.
Yeah, not too much of these. Not too many of these guys have had tier one experience. I think a few of them have actually. Likes of Nolsey was here a couple seasons back. Steben was also been in tier one as of KXI Marty. Farrell, of course, back on the pad after his season on the wheel last season. DeRoy was also tier one. I'm just watching him go through. I believe this is turn six now, and he's lifted off. Doesn't appear to be too happy with the lap, although he's still up on his time, funnily enough. So I don't know. I think these guys are just sort of setting the bankers down.
Yeah, I mean, only 6 minutes has elapsed during quali. During for us while we were struggling to log into the go on YouTube. So I do expect that we get into the fours at least.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Of course, because I'm the mainstay commentator for Tier 3. This is well, both me and Liam are commentating in Tier 3 and 4 respectively. So yeah, we've just been bumped in today as I don't know who the regular commentators are here actually, but they're not available.
I
So, but yeah,
believe it's Fandango.
I think Fandango's in Tier 1. Um, we'll have a look later. It's all good. But yeah, we are in as replacements, and yeah, so the poll time in tier three was to 5.4 by Mazzles, and Coney's already just about matched that. I've heard from a few people McConey might be a favourite for the title this season, showing a lot of pace on this new game. Yeah, but who do you think's really got a chance in it this season?
Who do I think that has a chance? To be fair, I think I'm going to go completely dark horse here. Forster, sitting in fifth at the moment. I'm riding on board with him actually in the Red Bull this season. So coming down to turn 4 now, breaking in between the 50 and 100. Slight lockup and gets a slight bit of oversteer at the exit. Continues on with his lap. How did he take 5 and 6? Pretty nicely.
He's a bit down this time though. I think that that damage done in turn four might be a little bit too much for him to regain. He's got a Haas weaving in front of him. Unfortunately, does not plough at all, and he's
Oh, and he
spun.
spun. Oh, that's unfortunate. Commentator's curse after calling him the
Uh,
dark horse. We missed it, but Marty actually put the fastest lap of the session,
mhm. Yep.
105.3.
Yeah, Marty, a very strong driver. I've raced with him a number of times myself, and I believe you have, Liam. Did have a large amount of last season in Tier 1. I believe he actually asked to go down from my memory, but he did seem to be keeping pace with the Tier 1 boys. So yeah, definitely another a big shout to see some success this season.
Yeah, I do remember racing with him in Tier 1. I don't remember that he was too successful now, but
Mm,
obviously an experienced driver nonetheless. So
yeah. And Tier 1 is really a different beast, so it's very hard to sort of analyze the performance of the potential performance of a driver when they move tiers. Because I mean, between every tier, you do see quite a large skill gap. Although, considering that we're at Austria, I'm not sure we're going to be able to see too much because the times are so close, and one mistake can really ruin your lap. So this is an interesting track for pre-season.
I do think this track for preseason doesn't really tell the whole story in terms of pace. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, the times are so bunched up together. it's really hard to differentiate the good and the midfielders and the back markers, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Especially with a new game as well, because the handling model's changed a fair bit this game, of course, to drive a new generation of cars. Know that it's been slightly harder for the pad drivers, especially to adapt, as both myself as Leon, as former ABS specs have found on this game.
Oh,
Um, let's not get started on that anyway. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see the sort of pace difference because I know, for example, McConey sitting up there in P2, he was down in, I believe, Tier 3 last season, and he wasn't, although he was far from a back marker there, he wasn't as, definitely wasn't as quick as he's showing now. So yeah, interesting to see. Whole new season, whole new game, and yeah, a lot of unpredictability in front of us, Liam.
yeah, definitely. To be honest, especially in Tier 1, I want to see, the grid mixed up, Last year we had repeat winners, Peas, your own. And in Tier 2, of course, we also had repeat winners. I'm
Yeah,
actually
sure.
sticking on board with. Oh, yes. I was sticking on board with the Williams of CPI de Rugia? How do I
Deroy.
say? DeRoy, okay.
Deroy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He did make a mistake going into turn 4, so he did bail on his lap. Is there actually anyone that's on the competitive
Yeah,
lap?
Four Star can take you through a lap. He's in P13 right now. He was about a tenth up on his time coming through the first sector. I believe the British man just after the 100 meters. Here his tires locking up, but he hangs closer to that curve than he did on the lap before. And again, a little wriggle on traction coming out of 4 there. But now he goes through 6, getting the throttle down quite nicely. A little bit tentative applying it, but he's gained another tenth. And it says he's purple, though I'm not too sure because he is a full 6/10 down on Marty's time. The traffic of the Alfa Romeo ahead of him doesn't seem to be too distracting for him as he plows through now down into turn 9. Again, avoids that inside curve. Of course, if you take too much of it, you can invalidate, and then he does completely miss the apex there and runs wide, and he will have lost a lot of time in turn 10 there. And indeed, he has gained a little bit of time on his previous lap, actually, but definitely some more on attack for 4 Star there as he pops his Red Bull into P8.
I will spectate Tobes as well. I think he's. Oh no, he's not on the lap. Yeah, I mean, the race today will consist of 36 laps. High potential for a safety car if anyone crashes out. Turn 3 would be the biggest killer. Or 2, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Coming
Turn
out.
2?
Turn 2, I believe, right? Or is that turn 3?
It's
The
turn 3.
hairpin.
You see the little... Yeah, the hairpin's turn 3 because you see the tiny little kink on your track.
Ah, right.
That does count as a turn, I've heard, for whatever reason. I know the directors in F1 seem to count some little kinks as turns, as others they ignore. So
It will be interesting. Like in a race setting, who will lose it on traction? I remember in Tier 4, AFL. No, not AFL. Anyways, it was one of the drivers lost it on traction and caused a safety car. So
Yeah,
I'm very interested to see who will lose it in this tier, or who might lose it, rather.
yeah. No. Similarly, in Tier 3, I saw an incident. I believe it was Indian Jesus, and I can't. Oh wow! Hold on.
Oh wow, 4.8. Wow.
That's impressive. That's 5 tenths already. He's stuck on everyone else. Energy Jet, the guy I know well. I think he switched to no line, although he wasn't showing this sort of pace in Tier 3, so he might have that line back on. But that either way, that is an excellent lap from Energy Jet. Yeah.
That is very competitive. In Tier 1, I would expect it to be top of midfield, maybe, if you're
Yeah,
very
really.
lucky.
No, it's a really good time for sure. I've commentated over this guy for about a year now, to be honest, and seen him progress from when he was starting a game, his first ever league race, and all that. And the way he's improved, he's come on leaps and bounds. Got a lot of speed to him. There's Jet, but yeah, this is he's just showing the latest instalment of his pace, which is really impressive to see. And I'm not sure if anyone's going to be able to top that. What do you think, Liam?
I think somebody will top it. It will take a little bit of effort, but of course, these are drivers that are very experienced and very skilled. I'm going to actually turn you up. People are calling you just a bit quiet, so
That's a shame. Okay, no worries. I'll turn my mic up as well, although it might be a little bit of an echo coming with
No,
that.
no,
So,
don't. I'll turn you up.
okay, all good.
And I've turned you up. Is it better now?
Hello, everyone. I'm Ben. I'm 17, and I'm from London. I can hear myself now, so that's not too badly. So don't worry about that.
Okay, okay, that's good. I'm actually looking at some facts about the Red Bull Ring.
Hmm.
Uh, Austrian billionaire Dietrich Mateschitz bought the A1 ring, as it was formerly known as, in 2004. And the newly christened Red Bull Ring was opened in 2011. Now, here's a fact you may not know.
Go on, Liam. I'm intrigued.
Um, the Austrian GP returned to F1 in 2014 with a 7-year contract, and a multi-year contract was signed in 2020 to race for multiple years here in F1. In
Fascinating.
in real life F1, it's Austrian GP track has been known to produce A, very good action, B, no action at all.
Yeah, no, it really depends, especially with the factor of the weather here. You can get some very rainy days, you can get some very dry days, and on those dry days, especially in real life, you often see one driver sort of cruising off to the win. It's also quite a mistake-heavy track as well, especially in league racing. As you said, turn 3, 4 can be tricky on traction as well, and also going side by side, as we've seen in real life with the likes of Albon and Hamilton back in 2020. As I thought I saw a car steering off there, but no, De Roy's on his lap now
Okay,
coming through 6, and he's 700 up, so you can give him a little watch.
yeah, coming out of the final sector now, approaching the last 2 turns. How will he take this corner? Fairly nicely, getting all on the curb, using all that track limits.
Ooh,
Understeering into the final corner will cost him some time. He goes P14,
yeah.
105.9. I think Marty
No,
could be the man to watch for now.
yeah, sure. He's coming up into turn 3, takes all of that curb, but he actually invalidates. He set a purple first sector, but he went all the way on that curb. A very nice apex coming off of that, but he misjudged it a tiny bit, and Marty needs to stop pushing because, your ERS runs down like crazy, especially on this game and on this track, and a double lap is not going to be possible for him. But he's driving very nicely, but of course it's not going to count for anything.
Yep, McConey also has little to no ERS, so he is out of contention, to say the least. Is there any...
Energy Jet's coming on his lap. He's just across the line now. Steedman goes into P2. Energy Jet is coming now, and he cut all across that first curb, and he didn't seem to lose. He didn't seem to invalidate. It looked like he was 100% off track there, which is interesting. Yeah, he's coming up through 2 now. He has lost sometimes. I don't know if taking that curb has helped him too much, then.
No, it probably hasn't. But going into the second sector now, DRS wide open, reaching at speeds of about 300 kilometers an hour for you British lads out there, 180 miles per hour. Taking turn 5 nicely, getting on the power early and into 6 and 7.
Gain time.
Gain time, yeah, but he's still down on his fastest lap. So it'll be all about the second 2 last corners. To put an ultimate corner, final corner, takes it really nicely, little to no understeer. He's
good gain again, 6 thousandths.
Yeah, so he could be very happy with his second lap.
Marty's 2 tenths up here, but he did have a Red Bull slightly in the way. I don't know if that's helped him too much. But yeah, he's taken that last corner very nicely. Of course, low on ERS is Marty, and he does go up into P2. So a good lap from Marty.
Very, very good lap from Marty, although he was quite low on ERS, so one may wonder what lap time he would have set had he had a full ERS battery.
Yeah, exactly. As the Roy comes across the line, and that is going to be everyone, Liam. So we have Energy Jet did indeed take the crown by 2 tenths with that original lap that he couldn't improve on come the final seconds of the session. But he does still keep that pole on. Yeah, great job.
Very good job from Energy Giants. I didn't expect Stephen to be up this high, so very good placement for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am a bit surprised that Farrell's all the way down here. Murphy, Liam Carrig, 10 team Liam, Curity, Liam Carrig.
Yeah.
I'm the one commentating.
I was going to say you thought you were Farrell. I didn't get around to telling you. But yeah, Farrell volume perfect. BT's quite quiet. So yeah, all good. Yeah, he's just noticed Farrell's racing.
Yes.
Yeah, this is FRA not CPI. I'm CPI. You can tell us all the teams, Liam. Go on.
Don't underestimate my team manager, says IRT I never underestimated him. I'm just shocked. See, I come in with zero expectations, and that's why I give such a surprise reaction. I don't expect anyone here to,
You putting down our tier 2 drivers here, Liam.
I'm sorry.
Them because you're so fast and so excellent at F1.
Was so excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
Was so
our
excellent.
session a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if we'd be able to mix it up with any of these guys.
It's crazy to think maybe just over a month ago we were some of the fastest blokes, and it's raining.
And it's raining hard as well.
Oh dear Lord, it is going to be a great race.
Blokes outside I can only see one umbrella though, to be fair, so the dons outside don't seem too phased by it. But yeah, that is stagnant as well. Yeah, the puddles in the pit lane. That is going to be a big shake up because I did have a wet race in tier 3 to watch as well, but it did dry out very quickly. This does not look like it's going to be the same. I'm just going to see what the guys.
It's full wet conditions.
It is. Yeah.
Oh me! Oh my! Oh me! Weather could clear up. Weather might not clear up. We'll have to see.
Steven does say it's going to dry up, so but that's interesting as well for the quality times because you saw quite a wide spread. But of course, some of those guys might have been running setups more inclined for the wet weather.
Yeah, could. I mean, we'll just have to see. I'm kind of scared for the posters who actually put a really, really good time.
Yeah, because they might struggle because it definitely looked like Energy Jet at least was running a very quite a low downforce setup, I'd imagine. Of course, you do need quite low downforce to succeed here. Or it's a bit of a mix-up Austria because, of course, you have the two big straights and then you also have some high-speed corners towards the latter part of the lap. So yeah, the setup's a very interesting one for here.
For sure. Still waiting for the drivers to ready up. Actually, now that it's raining, I do remember the 2020 pole time that Lewis Hamilton set. I believe it was 1.3 seconds faster than the guy next to him.
Oh yeah, in the rain. Oh yeah, it was stereo. Don't know. Yeah, it was about 1.3 faster. Although to be fair, Verstappen been it on his last lap, so
yeah,
slightly skewed. And all the Lewis fan was. I'm not going to say actually what just came into my head because I don't want this video to get me demonetized, but you get the idea.
Demonetized? Nah. And hiya there, Sully. Was the former rain merchant? Of course, you know yourself now.
Oh, is this LOI Sully or XL Sully?
Yes, the same one.
Oh, that bloke.
He's a nice guy.
Raced him, yeah, lovely. Well, I've never spoken to him. Did used to beat him on track before I became shit at the game.
Anyways, we move on. Energy Jet on pole, taking it by 2/10. Marty and Aston Martin come second. Strebent in third. Fourth, the other AlphaTauri of Leo. KXI in fifth. Christopher in sixth. The two Houses 7 and 8, Captain Nick and McConey respectively. Tobes in the Alfa Romeo comes P9. Forster, P10 in the middle of the pack. The little one, the 11th place Ferrari. Could be a dark horse.
Yeah, he dominated a few races in Tier 3 last season, a little one. He's been moved up, of course, this year. As we've had a triple disqualification of the top three, so they're going to be in the mud. Leo's going to be loving this. He's now the only got free space ahead of him. He's going to have more chance to warm up his tyres, whereas these guys are going to be stuck at the on the grid. So it could be an interesting start. Could be a slightly catastrophic start, to be honest, as Turn 1 at Austria is not very easy in the dry, let alone the wet. So yeah, can't wait to see the start as Leo's just getting into place now.
Yep, I was going to run down through the rest, but it's not. We're getting to that point where we're all going to have to ready up soon.
Yep.
Will you or I take lights out?
It's your chance to shine, Liam. Your channel. This is your time to shine, bro.
All right. I'll take away the menu. Marty in second, third, Stephen on first energy jack. They are starting with a disadvantage, so we'll see.
Yes, sir.
As we prepare now, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out and away we go, and Marty gets a really good start. Energy jet bogging down off the start. It doesn't look too chaotic at the moment. Turn 1 now goes.
He sent a Red Bull flying into the wall of Steban. Steban's managed to save it, but of course he's lost a lot of positions. Little Cramble, an absolute flyer going off into fifth. Definitely a dark horse. He's now side by side with his teammate KXI, looking on the outside here. He's going to try and hang it all the way around the outside. But KXI's got Wiggly, and Little Juan has had an absolutely miraculous start here, coming into P3.
P11 to P3. What a start for the little one. Steban losing a couple of positions.
A lot of positions, mate. He's lost 5 off the little collision with Leo. Leo went in very hot to 1, although let's see, Leo's lost places. A yellow flag, actually. I don't know what's happened. Do you know, Liam?
No. And Leo loses it into the gravel.
Oh, wow. It looked like he was losing it. He lost it there on the formation lap. Oh, wow. He's been caught in 4K. Resetting to track with chest, and that is going straight into the steward's eye. So, sorry, Leo, mate, but you're holding a penalty. Oh, no, we don't have stewarding for pre-season, actually, but he gets a slap on the back.
Yes, Martin, let's just say he's already checking out, 2.1 seconds ahead of the field. Safe to say that he might be the rain merchant of this season, just judging off that right now.
Can't lie to you, mate. Marty just have a huge lock-up at turn 1, going way too deep on the brakes, and Energy Jet's gained about 5 tenths on him, so he could already be looking to fight back.
7 tenths?
Energy Jets. Yeah, 7 tenths now, as he sweeps through that apex. Very nice, the Energy Jet, showing some good pace. I did always think this boy should be in tier 1 with his line on, so yeah, a lot of potential for sure. Oh, yeah, he's actually under fuel. I'm not sure how many of the drivers have him under fuel. Looks like we've had about 4 there. I saw about 4 red fuel markers. So yeah, some guys trying to stick it out light for today. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm not too familiar with fuel consumption. Oh, and there's a Williams into the barrier.
That was DC, and KXI also spun it coming out of 5, I think, for some reason. I don't know, that's usually a flat-out turn, but KXI is now down to last, and there is a Mercedes of Lars stranded on the track. He's just getting back onto the track between 6 and 7 now. But yeah, a lot of spins and a lot of big losses. From Leo lost 11, DC has only lost 2, but I believe he spun. Tobes losing 8 positions as he now swaps with DC. KXI losing 13, and Lars losing 7. So yeah, already dramatic, but the biggest winners, the likes of the Little Juan, McConey also getting up 4 places, and Hobbsy and Knowlesy in the middle of the pack have stuck 6 places and 7 respectively as Leroy gets past Hobbsy in the battle for P10.
I was going to tell you to look at this battle. They are still neck and neck, Leroy and Hobbsy, and that should conclude the battle for now. But do watch out for Hobbsy. He is a fast driver on his day. As it looks like 4-star, he's got a little bit squirrely out the exit, losing a little bit of time.
And yeah, the Red Bull's now 8 and 9. Steven had that little Liam. As yeah, 4-star's wiggling all over the place. He's
Oh,
definitely eager. Oh, and Steban! Oh, he's hit the wall.
oh dear.
Did you
Oh
see that,
dear
Liam?
Lord. No, I didn't get to see it, but he's
So what
lost his
happened?
right end plate.
Yeah, I think that turn five is really calamitous for traction because a lot of guys, and I see a McLaren snaking off into the grass. I believe that's Digweed going down into P14. But yeah, as I was going to say, Steban really can't turn. That is a nightmare. As I know they've recently sort of upgraded the performance damage that having car damage does to you. But yeah, Steban wriggles into the pits. Yeah, that turn 5 is really dangerous. I believe we saw KXI go there, and now the Red Bull of Steban as he changes wing in the pits. Onto the Inters, interestingly.
Ooh, bold call. But right now, Forster and DeRoy are still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Forster down the inside, possibly? No, he holds back for now. But the battle still continues. He may send it into turn 5.
We'll see, yeah. No ERS, oh no, now he's stuck on the ERS and he looks like have a good slip full star. Still well more than about a car length back and he does back out. DeRoy gets slightly later on and breaks to full star. As Nelu, of course, last season's champion in Tier 2. We haven't really mentioned him today, but he is a rapid man as he's now on the back of 4-star and that is not a sight that the Brit will love to see. I believe Nelu is Romanian. Yeah, the Romanian man looking to get past these two guys in front of him. There's a yellow flag coming out of 8.
Ooh, that's
7.
suspending Captain Nick in the house.
Yep, and he had a great start, but he's now lost all that momentum and he's stuck back down in P14.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate now. Still sticking with P6, 7, and 8. Possibly P9.
Ooh. And DeRoy's gone very wide
Oh, and
there.
Nalusafu going for the move already. Had a
Yeah.
really great run. Sticks it down the inside, possibly? No. But he could gain another position by the end of the straight. Depends how aggressive he could be. Sorry for cutting you out there, by the way. It was very
No,
rude.
not a problem, mate. So yeah, we saw. I believe Leo's getting a place on 4-star. Actually, I don't know where Leo came from. There, he's making a. He had a spin. Yeah, he's making a big fight back, Leo, in that Alpha Tauri, showing some of his pace that he showed in flashes. Of course, he got pole in the last race of the season in Tier 2 in Bahrain. So yeah, he's got some great speed to him. As we see Nello getting very close to DeRoy, and the Tier 2 champion is really showing his pedigree here as Jet gets a 3-second time penalty. But DeRoy just stays ahead. That's great racing between the two of them. Hopefully Nello isn't going to go for a move at this tight corner. No, he just back out, goes down into 4th gear, and DeRoy slid out onto the curb, and Nello with a brilliant bit of racecraft, and he sticks his car back up into P6, although DeRoy is coming back at him now. They're wiggling all the way down the straight. DeRoy sticking his ERS on. He's going to go for a move into turn 1, is he? He is, but he brakes slightly earlier, and Nelu does get a very good run out of turn 1 there, so he keeps it in P6. And now Leo on the wheel of DeRoy here. They're coming into turn 3, and although DeRoy does seem to be running quite low downforce, as he does have the straight line speed, Leo makes a bit of contact with the rear end of the Williams, but nothing too problematic.
Very good piece of racing. Excellent racecraft from Nalu. Car control, especially. So, Nalu obviously showing his pedigree, like you said, Tier 2 champion.
Yep. Expected him to be in Tier 1 this season, and oh wow.
Oh, commentator's curse.
It's
struck.
real.
It's struck.
He's lost his end plate, hasn't he? Oh, no, I don't think he's lost his end plate. I think he has damage, though.
Oh, and Farrell retires. He's lost it.
Gone, and that is a triple yellow flag. Let's just try and check the board.
It's a full. Yep, he's lost it out of turn 4.
Oh wow! As we said, Farrell, the first victim of the turn 3. Turn 3, Liam.
Turn 3 to me.
Turn 3 as Captain Nick. Oh wow! What a disaster! A couple of laps for him. He does get a drive-through penalty, and yeah, after a brilliant start for Captain Nick, a spin and then a pen. He's pitting now, and I hate to break to you, mate, but that's not going to get served.
Oh dear Lord. Perfect time, by the way. The Aston Martin safety car leading the Aston Martin 22, AMR 22.
But I have to say it's not perfect timing for Marty because he was well out in the lead. About 3.5 seconds, I think he had on the little one. I don't know what happened to Jet. It was while we were discussing a sort of P6 to 9 battle. Jet lost a lot of time to Marty when previously he seemed that he had more pace than the Bulgarian man. So yeah, Jet has now lost out to the little Juan and also got a 3-second penalty to deal with. So the man who showed such great pace in qualifying is now struggling a little bit there.
Yeah, could be down to setup, could be down to driver skill. We don't know.
Possibly, yeah. But no, I think Chet's got a lot of skill, but he's definitely shown some inexperience in the past, and he's very relatively new compared to a lot of these guys to the league racing scene. Of course, some of these guys veterans of the league. CRL DC, one of the founders. Farrell, I believe, McConey as well. Farrell's been here for some time. Likes of Hobbsy, Digweed as well. A lot of experienced names in this grid. In fact, I don't believe we have any new drivers in at least turning out. I think we have one new driver in Tier 2, Liam Cross, who's not here today. But otherwise, everyone else has been here for at least a season. So yeah, that's very experienced grid this Tier 2. So a wily bunch, and hopefully a lot of good racecraft going to be shown throughout the season.
Yeah, I will just say no. If you missed the start of the race, I do recommend rewinding and checking out the action from lap 1. It's very action-packed so far. 7 laps of racing. It was actually really decent.
Excellent, yeah, really good stuff. But I'm just going to raise your mind to a potential issue here. As the safety car and the field is spread out across maybe 2/3 of the track right now, so the safety car likely won't be in until at least next lap. Do you think the rain seems to be dying down a little bit? Do you think some drivers might want to stick the inters on, or would that be too much of a gamble? Because of course we now have 6 guys on inters. So do you reckon some of the front runners will want to stick the inters on?
Judging from the track, there's still a lot of puddles out on it, so it might not be the wisest decision now. But if it keeps drying up as quick as it is, then it could be the strategy play. I know last year, you could stick on the inters in heavy wet conditions and they would perform just fine.
Yeah.
Not sure this year.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a point, at least in last game and games before, where the wets and inters seem to be exactly equal to each other, and maybe we might be close to that point because I haven't seen too much pace difference between the guys on different tyres. Especially, Stieban has actually lost some time to the rest of the pack when he was on the inters earlier. So I think that before it might have been wet tyres, but now as if we go around slowly for at least... Oh, and Marty's getting very close to the side of the guys. We go around slowly for another lap. I think the track might begin to dry out. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a talking point soon.
There will be. Was there any wet Austrian races? Not anything that comes to mind. Like in real life.
Yeah, I haven't really had one for a while. Why is Marty overtaking the safety car?
Oh, could have misjudged it.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's getting a bit too excited, a bit eager. He's trying to, I don't know.
I will say, sorry. In real life moment, that's very famous. I remember Mika Hakkinen got spun by David Coulthard around turn 3. And Mika came back all the way from last to a podium.
What a man.
And yeah, it was just a bit of driving for the Flying Finn. But the safety car is now coming in. Ben, do you want to take this away?
Yeah, sure. So obviously Marty warming his tyres, of course, might want to try and catch the little Juan and the drivers behind him unawares, so it might go at an interesting point, although he seems to be keeping a relatively quite a quick pace. I mean, he's not completely trickling through. Looks a little bit unstable actually coming onto that curb out of 7. But yeah, the safety car is just reaching the pit entrance now. Marty's still carrying a consistent pace. It looks like he might try and go on the final corner. He's not weaving too aggressively, so I don't know if his tyres are going to have too much heat in them. But here he goes. He's starting to build up the throttle a bit. And cuts into the last corner, and now he sticks it down. And he does catch little Juan slightly off, but he only gains a few tenths from it. So a decent start from Marty, but nothing too special. But now they're all going to file down. Who's very close to each other? You see Tobes and Real DC swapping positions. like a bit of a miscommunication there. As Nick now comes into the pits to serve his drive for penalty, as does KXI for some reason. But yeah, nothing. Oh, and Digweed's getting very close to the to Nolsey here, and he's actually made the move. There's a Red Bull full side just in front of him. Nolsey does break very late coming into the apex of turn 3, and he seems to hold it quite well. But now Digweed's got an excellent run on the outside there, Liam. And he makes a bit of contact.
Oh yeah, he does indeed. Loses a little bit of momentum. Digweed going possibly for a move down to Red Bull. No, he doesn't. Saves the move for later. However, Nosey is still on the attack. And he doesn't get the traction, so that battle is now concluded for now.
Oh yeah, of course we're going to see some more racing, I reckon, as Steban is overtaken. He's done it again. I just switched on to Steban, and he has gone into the exact same spot to the millimetre at turn 5, and he's also lost his end plate once again. Hit it very hard, and yeah, those intermediates don't seem to be working out too well, at least for Steban. As
Lars retires.
And I don't know where they're.
We have a triple flag, full safety car.
It's another full safety car. What?
Yep.
It's been in for a lap. Less than a lap. I didn't think that was possible. Now all the cars. Jet is parked. Absolute. Oh, Jet's got no tyre. What?
Excuse me. What?
Jet, he's retired from the session. McConey's had a. I don't know what's happened. Absolutely not a clue. McConey's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Jet, and Jet was just parked in the middle of the track there. Do you got any idea what's just happened, Liam Carrick?
Apart from bad physics from the game. Not entirely sure. I just noticed McConey, he's lost his front left end plate.
Oh, yeah.
And a penalty.
Yeah, we'll be serving that penalty in the pits now. Not ideal for him that they're already behind the safety car. Jet is typing into the tier 2 paddock now, so we're going to get some information from him.
It is quite disappointing for Jet, especially considering how fast he was in quali, but bear in mind, this is still pre-season testing. People are still... Go on.
He said, sorry, Little Juan, I wasn't expecting you to slow down that quickly there. So now, I think what must have happened is that Little Juan would have braked very rapidly for the safety car. I think Little Juan's also lost some places, so they might have had a bit of a spin, and then McConey's obviously come off badly from that. And Jet's lost his tyre, so bizarre incident in the Tier 2 pre-season race.
Yeah, and Juan's also lost his front end plate, so there's multiple people who lost their front end plate, I think. Yeah, 4-star coming into the pits. Christopher not adhering to pit guidelines, of course, cuts across the track, overtaking 4-star. Won't be reinforced, obviously, not right now. The top few pits. Onto which tyre, though? I see intermediates.
Lots of intermediates out. Leo, so Digweed's staying out on the wets actually, so he has faith that those wet tyres will be able to last him. I'm personally not so sure because now everyone else is going to be on the intermediate tyres, and of course his wet's 11 laps old, whereas everyone else has got relatively fresh tyres. So going to be very interesting to see him take the restart. I'm not sure how much grip he's going to be able to get, and those tyres may just be overheating a little.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see, really. Rain has definitely downed them, and there's little to no puddles. It's just a greasy track.
Yeah.
So we might get the dry period maybe lap, I want to say 25. I think that would be a fair estimation.
Yeah, roughly. Hopefully we don't get... Of course, well, with the safety cars, I think that must have... you might want to bring that estimate a little bit closer, to be honest, because I mean it does look like the rain's still there, but the track definitely seems there's not very much stagnant water on it anymore, not very many puddles, and it looks like not a dry line, but a slightly the racing line seems a little bit
darker,
less damp now. Yeah, a little bit darker. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be probably a great opportunity for Steban, actually, now that I think about it. He won't have as much of a chance of losing it on traction. Obviously, no disrespect to the driver.
Yeah.
And team owner in question.
What an incredible man he is. We can do a testimonial to him when he wins the race coming from 15th. But yeah, he's a fantastic bloke.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm very unfortunate at turn 5 twice, yeah, because it's just a very regular turn in the dry, especially in quali. You can take it always flat out, or maybe even in the wet you can take it flat out at some points, but definitely not the occasion here. It also might be a setup thing, because I've only seen KXI and Speedman lose it there, as they actually ironically down the last 2 on track.
Yep. Ferraris, once again, down the back. A sight in real life, possibly, considering their strategies, dampen them.
Christ, don't get
Yeah.
started. Just one thing to know. KXI seems to be going quite slowly, and I don't know why he'd have a delta. Now he's starting to apply the throttle more, but he's still sort of edging off a little bit, which implies that he has some sort of delta to stick to, which is weird because everyone else is now behind the safety car.
He'll be caught up by the end of it, I think.
Hopefully we get to see the guys go in, but of course the safety car's now approaching.
It's already in.
So I think KXI is going to want to push now. I don't think he'll have that data anymore. Except there's a green flag on track, so he'll certainly push as hard as he can. But yeah, Digweed's going to lead the pack away for this one, Liam, and I'll let you take the reins for this restart.
So as Digweed, on the wets, interestingly enough, Leo in the intermediates and pretty much everyone else behind him. He'll be leading the field 7/10 right now, the delta to the car behind. Right under the Pirelli bridge we go. Approaching the final two corners, yeah. Slightly easing off the throttle. And he plants it already, going for an early restart, doesn't catch anyone out. And it seems to be a study. The Roy loses a position, Hobbsy up one.
Tobes has stuck it in the wall, mate. Tobes has got absolutely no wing. Did you see what happened there?
Absolutely not.
With zero front wing. Steven's going to come flying through. KXI is about to come flying through as McConey gets another penalty. But Digweed now leads Leo by 5/10. I don't know if there's going to be too much difference. It's just Digweed braking now. Looks like he's got some grip. It definitely hits the apex well enough there. And Leo's actually lost some time. So it looks like the wet. He might have made a brilliant call here, Digweed.
This could have been the best fucking... sorry. This could have been the best strategy. Sorry, apologies for the bad language now. It's not very typical for me to swear a lot, as Ben may know.
No, never. He's a good Christian boy.
Yes, Leo already pulling the second to Hobbsy. So obviously showing his might on the wets. Or Inter, sorry.
Seeing another little battle forming between Christoph, DC, Juan, and Juan, just as I say his name, goes straight through. So the commentator's blessing this time goes straight through on DC, up into P7. I think DC had a bit of a wiggle on traction coming through A, and now Christoph looks very slow as well coming through. Juan looks like he's got brilliant pace, he's got the power down, and he's gone absolutely flying through. Christoph struggling for traction, but now Christoph gets his ERS on and fights back a little bit.
Oh, they make contact!
No!
Sits on the apex.
And Juan has saved it, a bit of contact for DC. I hope that hasn't damaged his front wing, as up ahead Martin De Roy are going at it.
Oh, and there's a four-way battle right now. I'm sorry to interrupt you right now. Forster lost a little bit of positions. McConey up one, and he'll have the traction.
Oh no, he wiggles again. Forster with the double wiggle becoming his trademark in these wet conditions. But yeah, struggling for traction. The Red Bull man now has got his teammate to deal with from behind as Stevan does get past Captain Nick, although he's coming up to turn 5, so I'm not sure he's going to be too happy about that. But yeah, Digweed still leads. Yeah,
Digweed, he's holding his own, I guess. I mean, he is losing time to Leo. Leo, obviously the much faster driver at this current moment in time.
Yeah, he's now the inters are kicking in, he's gained a lot more time. As Leo recently.
But it's interesting.
I think we get into the crossover point.
It's interesting to see though, because Digweed is still pulling away from Hobbsy.
Yeah, Hobbsy's struggling a lot. He doesn't have any visible damage. It's just let's see and drive because I'm not sure what's happened to the McLaren man right now.
Could be down to setup. To be fair, setups in this game they can be a bit rough.
Absolutely, yeah. We are obviously losing tenths. Seemingly every corner with Little Juan. That's a purple first sector. He's now got it down in first, putting the throttle down very aggressively, and he's got another brilliant exit on Christoph. But Christoph seems to be running quite a high speed setup as they go neck and neck down into turn 4. Juan does get a little bit later on the brakes. A little bit of contact made, no love lost between the two drivers as they come up to 5. And that has then moved on for a little while, and he can move on to the next level, which is in the form of the Williams of CPI De Roy, who's not in CPI anymore, but doesn't have enough money to... Oh, well, that's really peak. Doesn't want to spend 10 euros on changing his PS name, which I think is a very valid,
excuse.
Very valid reason.
Yes.
Excuse, yes. Oh, Leo now very close to Digweed, Liam.
Okay, and let's stay on board with them too. As the fastest laps are now setting in, Marty with the fastest lap with a 16.346, and Leo with his ear as well open, his Honda power unit steaming through the McLaren, and by turn 3 he'll have the position.
Great job, yeah. And Digweed's got to try and hang on here, but it really feels like it's going to be into conditions now as Tobes gets a penalty, our third penalty of the day, of course.
And there's a retired Tobes. Will there be a safety car? It is another full safety car.
Is it full?
Yes, I can see the yellow dot on my screen. If you pull up the full track map.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah. So another boring, dull period of safety car. So.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff, really.
Absolutely fantastic stuff.
Tobes is coming to the chat with the big insight. He said, a word that I'm not allowed to say on stream, and also because I'm a child of God. The wet, and then followed by the wet man. So, use your imagination for that one.
Oh dear. In commentator's terms, or layman's term, it is quite fair to say that he doesn't like the wet conditions.
No, he's not a big fan of it.
No.
Yeah, so Murphy's saying it's dry at the end. I mean, it's going to be dry by lap 19 by this point, mate. We keep having these...
Is that Digweed on the wets?
He's stuck the wets on again. He's got no fear. And he was getting on Hobbsy, to be fair, so I mean, you never know. He might be convinced. I'm definitely not convinced, but hopefully he can change your mind. Of course, he's down in P12 now. He hasn't got that big lead to sit on. So, everyone else sticking out. Or a few guys going on to Winters, actually. But otherwise, other drivers sticking on those intermediates that they've had on from earlier. Leo is now leading the way with Hobbsy just behind him.
Little one actually making up a few grand positions. Backed up to where he was in lap 1. Actually, -1. He was P3 in lap 1.
Yeah, he had a few incidents throughout the race. Showed some really good pace and fighting through, especially with Christoph after they had that contact at turn 1. But little one is proving his mettle right now for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there's really nothing to talk about at the moment. I will say that we aren't the regular commentators for Tier 2. We're just stand-in reserves as it stands right now. Myself in Tier 4, commentating with the legend Scott Dodds. Also,
today.
Yeah, he is. He should be. Affectionately known as Scotty Freefall, and obviously the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. BC, 2004.
Yeah, he's got huge muscles, I've heard. But yeah, I'm commentating Tier 3 with Ariel_Evans, the best graphic designer on the planet, along with this bloke. He's not bad either.
He's not bad either, of course not.
Absolutely not, mate.
Absolutely not. But I am humbled to Josh, or Evans, as he's known as on the PS, by what he puts out.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, again, hopefully the field's going to catch up now, but I don't know if they'll stick the safety car in this lap.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's only been out a lap, has it? Or has it? No, it's been out for a bit longer now. I'm not 100%.
One lap.
Yeah,
okay. And it's in.
And I'll do this one because it's like we're swapping now. We've done 3 so far in about the space of 10 laps. So now we just got Leo trying to get going, warming up his tyres, swinging that reel from side to side, although has a little bit of a slide there coming into the apex of 7. Yeah, see how it goes. Of course, we've had 3 different restarters. Hobbsy getting very close to him. Marty opting for a bit more of a passive approach. He's a little bit further back. But they're all warming up their tyres, trying to get as much heat into those intermediates as they can on this drying track. Now, Leo's going to sit the throttle down now, and he goes at a slightly less predictable point, but I don't think it's caught Hobbsy too unawares. Although, actually, Leo's had a very good exit coming out of turn 10, and he's already got a second. So Hobbsy was aware to it, but he didn't set his car up correctly for the apex, and now Leo has a 1-second lead.
Little one
has to struggle with the guys behind him. Oh yeah, little one.
Little one.
Close. Another brilliant exit.
Yeah, just showing his superior prowess on the throttle and moves up into P3. Obviously still has a penalty, so anything could happen.
Yep.
And little one...
Oh wow, Christoph. He's gone absolutely flying, and Nolsey's gone very late. There's a big sort of build-up of cars between 6 and 9. Christoph went flying down the inside.
Oh, and Digweed coming straight through.
Digweed on the wets. And those wets are really paying off. He was in P2.
Man, myth, legend. Oh, and they make contact, Christoph and Digweed.
He's driving like an absolute nut right now, to be honest.
And he loses it!
He just gets loose at 5 in a day, yeah. Oh, Digweed, and McConey gets through. No, Stevens sneaking that Dutch nose of his through 6, and he gets the place on Christoph into P8. But yeah, Christoph not with covering himself in glory at all this lap, but up ahead Leo is establishing his dominance very well as he leads by 2 seconds, getting another full second over Hobbsy. He doesn't really seem to have the pace right now, Liam.
No, he does not indeed, but I will say it is quite impressive. The Energy Jet putting it on pole, but his teammate absolutely flooring it in the race.
Yeah, it's very good, and he is, yeah, he seems to be flying right now, 2.5 tenths up on his previous time. That track seems to be drying ever, by the minute really, and the rain is still apparent, so it doesn't look like it's going to be drying up for a little bit until, but yeah, that track's going to get a lot quicker very soon.
I will say that Marty posted the fastest first sector, and he is also as quick as a little one in the wet, and it's another full safety car.
Yeah.
Oh dear lord! My famed catchphrase.
I swear to God, I'm going home. Well, I am home, but...
I am going to check the simulation settings.
It says it's reduced.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, so 4 safety cars. Was there even a crash?
Yeah, it was a crash, not even a retirement.
Yeah, Nosey lost a bit of wing. They decided to bring out a full safety car for it.
Yep.
What? How much money did we spend on this?
We spent €80 on a product, let's be honest, that isn't ready for league racing.
No, not at all. But I don't care about league racing these days, forever.
Yep. Surprisingly enough, no noise glitch for myself. I'm not sure about you.
No, I don't have one. I've never had one actually, as Captain Nick gets himself a cheeky little 5-second penalty. Very nice. As Juan and Hobbsy are swapping positions under yellow flag conditions. I mean, what could be interesting here is that we could get the track, or hopefully the rain stops, and then we get a real strategy mix up, but it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Well, at least within the safety car period, really. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, nothing else to add, to be fair. I'll be just AFK for a sec.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, we're still sticking to those wets with Chest, although he has lost one position, I believe, to McConey, although I'm not quite sure who it was to, but he was in P6 earlier. Those wets, he's sticking on them. Seems like he'll be sticking on them until the bitter end, really, until it dries up. So I'm not sure if it's super wise. If he wants to change tyre, he should do it now. It seems to be, yeah, he's in PA7, sorry, I believe, I don't know whose camera Liam's on, but yeah, just from my point of view, everyone is staying out. It's Nosy and Nello in lock. I don't really know what happened to him. He's also staying out. Yeah, do you know what happened to Nello, Liam?
Sorry, I just came back. What's going on?
Nothing really, but do you know what happened to Nello Safi? Because he's now all the way down in P15.
He was the one that spun, I believe.
Okay, I didn't really see what happened actually. So he's all the way down at the bottom. So he's spun, had a bit of wing damage, and now they brought out a full safety car. Oh, how I love this game.
Oh lord, this game never fails to surprise me. You know, it's just one of those games, really.
Oh well, let's not complain about it, and let's focus on the brilliance that we have in front of us, and hopefully the safety car going in this lap.
So,
what's going to happen?
The rain not clearing up, similar to last game where you have to extend the time that is given in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe another 10 minutes of rain. So Leo warming up his tires a lot, very different and contrasting to the other lads.
Yeah.
How they restarted. Hobbsy all over the back of Leo.
Mm-hmm. But of course he did catch Hobbsy completely unawares earlier.
Oh, and Leo puts on the grass. All these cars weaving in formation as we're getting ready to get underway once again. Leo, when will he go is the question. When will he put the power down? Will he put it now? Will he put it at the last corner? And he puts it down right now. Forced start. Picking up a 5-second penalty. And little one might go for a move. And he's down the inside. He's there. Through goes little one, right, looks at things. Marty could come for taken. DeRoy all over the outside of McConey.
No, I saw little Juan again, side by side with Hobbsy, and once again he gets that advantage on the throttle. As you say, great prowess on the throttle, really seems to be skilled with getting that pedal down and getting a traction. Seems to get a good exit out of every corner, really.
Yeah, reminding me of how Brandon Lee gets on the power in the wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, little one, interestingly enough, he's still just a little bit slower than Leo.
Mm-hmm.
So
Leo has always seemed to have a lot of pace.
Yeah, Leo is just absolutely gunning it out there, so... right now, not a lot of battles going on. I think the closest battle so far is DeRoy, and I believe it's Digweed. Yep, DeRoy all over the behind, all over the diffuser of Digweed.
Yep. As those wets don't seem to be paying off as much as they were before. As he gets a 3-second penalty, just as we say. And now DeRoy has got the exit, and those wets really not gripping into the track as much as we might like a yellow flag. Oh, for Christ's sake, guys! It's a Ferrari, it's KXI, and he has gone all the way down again. Fortunately, no safety car, but unfortunately for him, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to be getting in that point-scoring position. As Christoph goes down his inside now.
McConey making up a position. Sorry to interrupt. McConey making it P4 by the end of turn 4. So yeah, very good for McConey.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I see, not too much going on. Hobbsy struggling a little bit for pace, although he's staying within 5 tenths of McConey as of now. But yeah, he hasn't shown as much pace as you might expect him to, this man, over the last few laps. I don't know if he's too adjusted to the wet yet, but hopefully we can see some more from him as we do now fast. He has a little one now since the fastest lap, laying down a bit of a marker to Leo, telling him that he's not going to get away with this race just as easily as he might expect. As there's now Digweed comes into the pits and recognises that it's time to get off those wets. He's not putting the dries on, no, he's getting the inters on. And I think one gamble too many for Digweed, and it has not paid off in the end.
No, not indeed. But to be fair, there could be another safety car could help him get back into position.
I hope not, though, to be honest.
As a commentator, we're probably best off without a safety car.
Yeah. I think the drivers will probably be a little bit bored now. As just to say, little wide, so although he has to have that 3-second penalty, he is gaining on Leo now. He's gaining a couple tenths, so loses a bit of it there.
Momentum on his side.
Yeah, momentum definitely on his side. There's those exits coming in clutch for him there, although he has lost a bit of time through that section actually. So it'll be interesting to see how he can do over the next few laps. See if he can definitely keep in touch of the rapid AlphaTauri that is Leo.
Yeah, the AlphaTauri, just stunning car to look at as well. And I can't say the same about his engine power unit, but nah, I'm not a fan of the Red Bull powertrains or the Hondas, as they're still known as in game.
Yeah, they're okay, but I mean they sound a bit, I don't know. I think the Ferrari engine has a bit more kicks to it than anything else, to be honest.
I think the Ferrari power unit is a bit nasal, don't you think?
A little nasal, very high, as I'm watching Little One actually, yeah, and as I said, getting a lot on the traction zones, and yeah, he's getting a lot of time on Leo actually. He seems to be running a much lower downforce setup than the Alpha, as Leo seems to be getting a grip, well, more grip than his rival in the latter stages of the lap.
To be fair, it could be pad versus wheel, now that I'm looking at the wheel inputs of Leo.
Yeah, no, Leo's on wheel. Although pad traction isn't really a thing this game. The trigger vibration's been taken away, for at least from me.
I mean, it's somewhat back on the PS5 controller.
Oh, wow, good for you.
Absolutely, but I'm still shocking, as you all know.
Anyway. Leo's now gaining about 5 tenths. They're sort of swapping.
Oh, there's a battle for P9, and Nelusafu gets to position. I think he did get an illegal overtake. Yep, given this position back, seating it. So the fight's not over for Nelusafu. Nelu
going again.
Yeah, Nelu all over the back of 4-star now. Does he go for the move in turn 3? Yes, he does! A dive bomb!
Late braking, and he gets through that apex very nicely. Like 4-star does go for the switchback. Once again, he's wiggling all over the place. The Red Bull man, although he does have a lot of exit speed and gets the RS down, but again, Nelu late on the brakes. This is allowing DC to maybe have a look in the action as well. But Nelu does take that place back. DC gaining 10th after 10th in that final point spot. Oh no, it's not the final points in the cone system actually. I forgot about that.
That would be P15.
That would be P15, yeah. Because we do have a slightly different system here, but in that top 10, DC on that final spot, hopefully maybe looking to make up a couple of positions in front of them.
Leo absolutely flying now, posting the fastest lap as a 13.8. Yeah, just a superior grip.
Yeah. Although he did seem to struggle there, and Little Juan's gained a lot of time. He saw Leo outbrake himself a little bit and got on that curve into turn 1. Yeah, the two drivers again showing strength in different areas, although Leo seems to have a slightly better rounded sense of pace over the whole track.
Yeah. To be fair, it could be just a case of overheating from Little One. To be fair, it is easy to overheat the tyres in the rain if you're a pad player.
Yeah, the Little One is a pad player, I can confirm. At least from my memory, he is.
Yep.
But yeah, Leo is doing well right now. There don't seem to be too many battles. DC seems to have dropped a little bit back. Full Star's has dropped back about 4 tenths from Nello. I believe he might have had another wiggle there. But yeah, Nello's shown some excellent pace throughout the race against his competitors. He's just had bad luck with that spin and also not the best qualifying. So yeah, but he's definitely showing how good he can be and showing some good promising signs for the rest of the season. It doesn't seem to be drying up this race.
No, it's only just gotten lighter. So Stephen, you were lying to us. We were expecting a dry race, and there's a spinning Ferrari of KXI.
Oh wow.
Yep, the Ferrari's Plan S for spin.
Absolutely, yeah. No, not the best day for Ferrari in a week where they had a very difficult time in real life as well. But yeah, KXI not really showing what he can do today, which is a shame. But at least we're not in the real season.
Little one lost the position to Marty, so Leo establishing his lead once again. Marty going for the charge now. Be interesting to see if the Aston Martin man can outdo his AlphaTauri compatriots. So,
Compatriot?
sorry, rival.
Yeah. He's, I don't know, is Leo Bulgarian? Let me just have a little check. He's Romanian, Liam. So, Liam? Leo. Oh, so they're next to each other. So, essentially, there's a little battle of the countries going on in the front too.
Yep. But we won't say who's who's the better one and who's not.
Yeah.
Let all the talking be on the track.
Be on the track, exactly. Although Leo does seem to be getting some time on Marty, has to be said. Marty, yeah, he had a nice exit through turn 1, but Leo also seemed to have a very good exit, as not having the same problems as he had before. Now the gaps are getting a bit close, especially around that P7 to 9 spot where we've been seeing battles all day. Yeah, Steven and Forster both behind Nelu. Steven goes a 10th quicker than his personal best in that first sector. He gets on the throttle nicely, although Nelu just seemed to have a very good exit coming out of 3. And yeah, of course, difficult to have taken the wet without that DRS assistance, as KXI is now tripling on the track. I believe he had another spin, unfortunate for him. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else to add at the moment. We are in that period of the race, unfortunately enough, near the end of the race, where it's just all spread out.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, if it does dry out, could see an interesting change, but I don't really think it's going to now. Still raining with 4 laps to go, so and Marty's it still seems like a very wet track as tyres digging in enough. Marty sets the fastest lap on a 13.5. So yeah, he's pushing now to try and get close to Leo, though I'm not sure if it's going to be quite possible, as Leo does seem to have some good pace, but of course we'll have to wait and see here.
I am spectating 4-star and Steven still neck and neck with each other at the moment. Yeah. And 4-star going for the move, Iris wide open, Iris activated, sorry.
Yeah.
And he gets the position.
He does, yeah. These Red Bulls bickering all day. They've been very close to each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 4-star, your early chosen dark horse, although he does have a penalty, seems to be doing very well right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He is doing very well right now. But Steven, I don't think Steven can do much at the moment. Did have a heavy lockup, and that's that fight concluded, I believe. But obviously, we'll just have to wait and see if there's more action. Captain Nick and DC, sorry.
Oh yeah, I was going to say Leo's actually gained a whole second on Marty, and yeah, he's set the fast by 5 tenths, pushing very hard. Leo just coming into his own now, and he didn't have too much of a deficit of the RS either. He has the same, if not a little bit more than Marty. So yeah, Leo's really doing brilliantly now, and he's been on his tyres for 26 laps as well, the joint highest along with Hobbsy and DeRoy. Has the rain stopped?
It has, yes. I will spectate Leo. I want to see. Well, he could give us a guide on how fast he's taking the circuit.
I've had a look at him. He's been doing very well, getting all the way on those curves, and that has actually, as I say that, he's locked his tyres on the rear. I think and he had a little wiggle, and you can see Marty's going to gain some time now. I think.
Yes, he will.
Actually. Well, he gained a little bit, but Leo's still going very fast.
Yeah, it's just showing this absolute confidence through the corners, hitting every apex right, every curb right. That's what's kept him in the lead so far.
Yeah, and he's only got a few laps to go. Of course, could see. I mean, it might be soft tyres on the last lap of anyone. Wants to have a little adventure, maybe KXI could get on the soft and try and set the fastest lap, but he is lap now, so he doesn't have too much time.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, I'll stick on board with Nelu Safu, who is all over the back of DeRoy.
Yep. You see a move coming into here, Liam, do you reckon?
I reckon, yeah. It could be an opportunistic move, yes, but it is a move nonetheless.
Yeah, we've seen him do it before, although he has a slight deficit on ERS compared to the Williams man, and he directed very late, trying to get as close to the back end of the Williams as possible.
He is
Getting,
confident.
he's very confident, yeah, as he should be. The 60 champion, not an easy feat by any means, but yeah, he's a lot later in the breaks into Roy, although he seems to have a bit of a deficit on the straights, especially with that DRS disadvantage plaguing him, and as he's now going into the derating bubble on most straight pieces, at the end of most straight pieces of track. But yeah, he's getting very close, and maybe running high downforce, less straight line speed. He's getting very close throughout that more technical middle sector, and he's pushing on that ERS now, hoping to get as close to Roy as he can, looking on the inside, maybe even for a move. Goes wide, sweeps into that final corner, and he's going to get a very good exit on De Roy, and he's now within 2/10 of the Dutchman, who's going to be shaking in his boots as we come onto the penultimate lap. As No gets all of that apex once again, but De Roy seems to have a slightly better exit as he's going to slowly accelerate ahead on that straight. No's after trying but failing to keep with him on a straight due to that ERS, and now he's on 0%, completely derating. Nothing left in the tank for the Romanian man, which is going to be very frustrating to say the least. Yeah, now 4/10 gap. De Roy just proving too quick on those straights for Nello to handle, and he doesn't have enough time to, well, doesn't have very much time at least to get through, although he could find a potential opportunity to do so if De Roy does happen to slip up and make a little mistake.
Yeah, De Roy placing his car in all the right places, to be fair to him. He is making his car as wide as possible, very similar to that Alonso does. Oh, and Nalu.
Very close indeed.
Yeah, that Williams must look very wide on his screen. No, it doesn't anymore.
Has he done it? Oh,
Oh,
no,
dear.
He's got the grip, but the Roy straight line speed just comes through. He's going to try it again, is he?
No.
But it doesn't look like the exit doesn't look...
Oh, he's gone!
He's absolutely gone. He's been pushing too hard. He hasn't lost his wheel, miraculously. That was a huge hit. But he has no front wing. That's left everywhere. And Nelu Safu has gone down into P12. That's an absolute disaster for him. De Roy can escape with a big deep breath in P6, and yeah, that is an absolute disaster for the reigning champion.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It is the final lap, so I am going to spectate Leo.
Done well.
I mean, unexpected leader, and hopefully race winner if he doesn't mess the next few corners up.
Yeah, he's been brilliant all day, hasn't he, Leo? And he's come across the final corner now, gets on that throttle as confidently as ever, and he wins the Austrian Grand Prix and sets the fastest lap, takes it away from Digweed in P13. Nelly retires from the session in anger, but Leo does win. Marty comes across in P2, Little Wen completes the podium, Coney behind in 4, De Roy comes in P5?
Oh, P5?
Did he ever take 4? Did Forstar make a mistake? I think Forstar must have made a mistake, and the places are jumping about everywhere. DC gets into 6.
Yeah, both Williams. No, Williams and. Oh, Red Bull and Williams. Or am I tripping?
That was a. Oh, wait, where? No, it's 5 and 6 of both.
Williams, yeah.
Drivers, yeah. And the Red Bulls are together in 8 and 9. Nolsey splitting those two in 7th, and I didn't see who got P10.
I did not see either, but man, was that a thriller start?
Big race, very nice start to the season.
Yeah, very very good start to the season. Very very interesting to hear. For whoever's commentating, you guys still have they'll have an interesting time. As the Terryman comes out the podium now, celebrating as Brendan Lee's avatar. Shaking hands with the guy giving him the trophy.
Yeah, great job.
And great job, yes. And the entire AlphaTauri crew happy for him. Champagne being sprayed, but that's not the main bit. Right, yeah, and do you want to take away the top 10 for now?
Yeah, let's do it. So as they spray champagne, Leo is indeed the winner with the fastest lap. He didn't get poles, not quite a Grand Slam, but it's maximum points. Well, it would be maximum points if we did have the old league standings taking place right now, but of course it is pre-season, so this is basically race 0. But Leo takes the pre-season win. Marty in P2 on the 1-stop as well. Little Juan P3 for Ferrari. Marconi in 4. Williams 5 and 6 with the Roy and DC respectively. Nolsey and 4-star completing 7 and 8 with 4-star's teammate Steban coming just behind in P9 on a 4-stop as a reserve. A huge race for Steban, but he did well to get in the points after 2 big incidents at Turn 5. Captain Nix rounds out the top 10 with a 3-place downgrade into P10 from his quali. Digreed, who had a big adventure on the wets throughout the race, eventually has to stick on the inters and has to settle for P11. Nelu, the last driver, not the last driver was KXI, but we have to run out now. But yeah, a few guys DNFing, Tobes, Jet, Lars, Farrell, and Hobbsy was disqualified.
Oh dear. I did not notice that.
Thought he finished. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Anyways, that's been me and Ben Riedel. You'll catch me in Tier 4 and Ben in Tier 3. That's been us. If you're watching on my channel, recommend searching up Con Racing League. Subscribe to that channel, and take care and God bless.